has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
All right, hour 2 of C2C on a thirsty Thursday with Carver High. I'm Ferrall in New York, and we're still talking about last night's baseball activity.
We are still talking about last night's baseball activity. As I sit here and sweat, Scotty, this first-round leader at the St. Jude Championship.
Oh, God. Tell them
during the break where
situation.
We're doing the math on the cash out. I always yell, never take the cash out. I'm doing the math. If it was anybody but Scheffler who was trying to chase him down, I probably would say I'm sticking with it, but Scheffler scares me. So I might see what Scheffler's price is and maybe just dig in on Scheffler a little bit for first-round leader and see if I can get around that way. They're underway at the Oracle, by the way. Scoreless at the end of one between the Giants and the Braves. Of course, Logan Webb and Max Fried going this afternoon. The Tigers ended up beating the Mariners, Scotty. A 2-run homer by Javi Baez in the bottom of the 8th gives them the win as they then close it out. So the Mariners dropped
Didn't we just have this conversation yesterday in a break about who ended up being more of a bust, Bryant or Baez? And we said that Baez was better because he plays more.
Yeah, Baez plays more, and I got to tell you, in the last month, he's actually had a couple really big homers for the Tigers, and he has one here this afternoon, a winning one. Top 7 ace to lead the Mets 7-6 at City. Dodgers up 4-3, top 7 in Milwaukee. All right, last night, Reds beat the Cardinals 9-2. You know, we went after the wrong, average, nobody knows who the hell he is, left-handed hitter on the Cincinnati Reds last night, Scotty. We wanted Jake Fraley to hit a home run. If we only still did the birthday roll call, we would have known that it was T.J. Friedel's birthday last night, and he hit not one, but 2 for the Reds on Bally Sports Ohio.
T.J. Friedel! A two-bird day on his birthday! The double shot from the center fielder. Today's candles are fireworks.
And the sweep.
Not a good week for the Redbirds, Scotty, in St. Louis. What a shame, right? What a shame when the Cardinals
it's just
are
awful
losing baseball
news.
games.
Awful.
So
I don't know how I'll ever sleep.
The Astros continue to stay hot. There's another sweep for you as they went to the Trop. The Astros have now won 8 games in a row. Tied at 1 in the 10th last night. Mauricio Dubon on one of Scotty's favorites, Space City Home Network.
Bond, another 3-2 pitch coming. Line drive, base hit center field. 1 run scores. Myers being held up. Astros take the lead on a Mauricio Dubon base hit to center. Doobie.
Your boy Doobie. Smoking doobies.
Yes. Your boy getting involved, Mauricio Dubon. So 8 straight there for that. Jays beat the Angels 9-2. Did you want to ring the bell last night? You had to wait a little bit for the tater picks that we had. Now, a lot of our secondary ones thankfully went to the window. But on the main slate, it was a late night, garbage time, ring the bell for Vladdy out in Anaheim on Sportsnet Toronto.
Vladdy.
Wing and a drive. Get up, ball. Get out of here. And this one is way back. Vladdy Guerrero does it again. Have a night, Vladdy. 3 RBIs, his 25th home run of the season, and the Blue Jays are putting a whooping on the Angels.
I like that guy calling the games.
That was Buck Martinez, right? Was that Buck doing that right there? Putting a whooping on the Angels. Nice job there from Buck. And thanks to Vladdy for once again ringing the bell for us last night. All right, you and Gabe briefly discussed this earlier, and that was about Major League Baseball's made a lot of rule changes in recent years, of course, whether it be the pitch clock and the ghost runner at second base, all these other things to make the game, quote-unquote, faster, Scotty. Well, here's another one that's in some discussion that has been kicked around, and that is a 6-inning minimum starting pitcher rule, potentially. That would be added. Now, we know the deal here now. You've got teams that do openers, that guys go for an inning, guys go for this, starters go 4 innings. Now, they wouldn't make the guy sit out there for 6 innings if he's getting smashed, obviously, or if he gets hurt. There are some things that can happen that would allow you to take your starter out before 6 innings. If he throws 100 pitches, if he gives up 4 or more earned runs, if he gets injured. But for the most part, Scotty, they want to get back to having starting pitchers actually be starting pitchers again.
Well, listen, I have my reservations about this. Like, the reality is this, is that pitchers today in Major League Baseball average 5 1/3. And if you go back 40 years to like 84, they went 6 1/3. So, I mean, that's a gigantic difference in how long starters lasted into games. I think pitching now is kind of candy ass. You're lucky if a guy goes 5 1/3. You're lucky if you get a guy that gets through the 5th. It's a miracle when you got a guy out on the mound. You're like, oh, geez, you think he'll get 5 innings so he can get a win? Like, guys can't even make it out of the 4th inning. I think it's never going to work. I never. How are they going to leave some guy in for 6 innings? Now, I know there's rules and such. We don't believe in rules when we started living like freaky beatniks. I don't believe in, if he gives up 4 earned runs or he's injured or whatever. If they can't even go 5 1/3 now, how are they going to go 6? It's been 40 years since guys averaged 6 innings. Honestly, baseball ain't cut out for it anymore. And I'll tell you why. I think they throw way too hard. I think guys try to hit 100 on every pitch, even on their sliders, whatever. They just absolutely try to throw so hard their arms fall off. And then that means to me they just get gassed. They can go about 3-4 innings of throwing as hard as they can, and then they take the night off, hit the showers, eat some sunflower seeds. I don't think guys can go 6 innings. I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't know how I feel about this, honestly.
There's been 22 complete games this year. That's it, Mike. Like 22 or 23 complete games.
I think that they're trying probably a little too hard here with this one. Would I like to see starters pitch more? Yeah, I probably would, but I think that they're getting a little too deep in the weeds with this one. I don't think they'll get this one through, Scotty. I think this will be some pushback, especially from Players Association, things like that. That was, you're going to use less pitchers. That means less pitchers are going to make money. There's just a lot of things that are going to get thrown into that pot. So I think it's a nice discussion, but I don't think they have any chance.
Why are they constantly tinkering with the game of baseball?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, what is wrong with your pitcher doesn't have it, yank his ass. Or if he does have it, let him go 6, 7. How about starting extra innings with a guy on second base? I have never understood that. That is to get people out of those stadiums and out of their house. You know what I mean? Out of the stadium at night. Like, get out of here. Thanks for coming. We're not serving you any more beer. Get out.
Hey, I actually hope it does happen. As someone who really with baseball only plays taters now, I'd love to have tired pitchers out there in the 5th and 6th inning who are at 80, 90 pitches and they got nothing left and they're giving up gopher balls. That'd be fine by me.
So you don't bet money lines or run lines. I bet them every day.
Taters now, that's it. Tater time, that's it. Just taters.
What a chance it is for Adam Paxton and Victor Tingsham to pick up their first weekly titles. Adam Paxton, well, it's been the dream debut so far for him. For Victor Tingsham, he'll feel like this is a moment a little while coming. A place in the final up for grabs for one.
You can do it. Make that double 18 away from a place in the final.
Wesley Plaisir was beaten, knocked out by Mike Warburton in a last leg decider.
That is what they are playing for. They are playing for the trophy. They are playing for the big prize pot, and they are playing for a place in the £25,000 Champions Week.
97.
There is a point you feel that reality will surely kick in for Adam Paxton. He's here on debut. He watches the Super Series almost every single week. He was happy just to be playing in a group. This could be the leg that we talk about at the end of the night as being the one that changed the final, because Adam Paxton has just gone cold at the moment.
Bang on cue.
He doesn't just get two, he gets the lot.
Adam should take out the 16 out. If not, Mike's just behind him.
Shot on the fifth leg.
Can Paxton deliver in the biggest moments of his career so far? He can. Double 12. What a moment that is from Adam Paxton. Mike Warburton was looking at 60 to win the match.
14.
Paxton, here's your moment. He approaches the jockey with confidence, with time, and delivers. Adam Paxton on debut. The boy, the fanboy, comes to the Super Series and wins.
God forbid that you're going to start giving me negative news on the Pirates on a daily basis now. This is what's happening. I can smell it.
Well, look, I don't want to do this either because I have a ticket on Skeens to win the NL Rookie of the Year. So believe me, I hate this as much as you do. But here is odds to win the Rookie of the Year, NL Rookie of the Year. That's moved over the recent time. Forget about way back when. August 4th, Skeens was minus 8,000 to win, and Jackson Merrill of the Padres was 15 to 1. That has now gone to today, Skeens minus 170 and Jackson Merrill plus $1.15. Now, I know, Scotty, that Jackson Merrill has had a tremendous last 2 weeks, and he's played very good for the Padres this year. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. But, man, it moved that much over the last couple weeks from Ski. I mean, the guy was minus 8,000, and now he's minus 170. Can we get a big Skeens performance tomorrow night at PNC? 7 innings, 10 Ks, 1 run. Get him back to nice, cushy minus 500 or something?
Well, I think they need it desperately after losing 10 in a row. They have crashed and burned. Their season's over. They're 7 back in a wild card. It's glad bag time. But I'll tell you this much. He lost 2 games, right? So people started dropping those tickets. They started selling those tickets because they don't think he's going to win it. And if he has another outing where he doesn't win, that'll probably be the end of him. And then they'll shut him down.
I think that's the thing that is the biggest concern for a lot of people, because, and me and you, we've talked about this a lot. The Pirates have now, they've gone in the tank the last 2 weeks, and if that continues, they're going to start to say it's been a hell of a great first year for him, but we want to preserve his arm for next year so he can throw more innings next year, and we're not going to pitch him in September because Merrill's been so good that if he plays the whole month of September and Skeens doesn't, Scotty, that's going to be a problem for us. It's going to be a major problem, and I'm going to get mad. So I hope that the Pirates continue to pitch him.
And Merrill's playing on a team that's on fire, and Merrill's been hitting home runs. having game-winning catches in center field to end games. He's doing everything defensively and with the bat. So he's on a hot team. It makes him a hotter commodity.
It does. And that sometimes is what drives those numbers more than anything else. What's happening right now? What are people seeing right now? And that's what's going to move it more than necessarily the body of work. The Mets had 2 on, Scotty, in the bottom of the 7th. With trying to tie that game with Oakland. Unfortunately for them, Alvarez did not get it done. He made it out. So they go to the 8th, 7-6 A's at Citi Field out there in Queens. And the Giants have the bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 2nd against Max Fried. Now 1 out. So bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning for them. All right, let's get to tonight. We only have 3 night games, which is very unfortunate, honestly. We will start with the Red Sox, who are going to be in Baltimore for 4 games this weekend. Nick Pivetta and Zach Eflin going to be our starting pitchers tonight, minus $1.55 for the O's, plus 130 for the Sox, and an 8.5.
I mean, Eflin's been great for the Orioles, right, since he went there. I think he's won 3 starts. And I'm willing to go run line there at that price at plus 143. I like the Orioles.
Next up, the Nationals and the Phillies in Philadelphia. Mitchell Parker Lewis can't lose against Zach Wheeler tonight. Heavy lumber here, minus 285 for the Phillies, plus 230 for the Nats, and an 8.5.
A lot of runs in this, even that 5-0 game. And then last night, even more runs, right? Now they're going against Washington at the bank, and they started hitting. I like the over. I like the Phillies on the run line with Wheeler. It's a little juicy at minus 130, but I like it.
Let's hope that we can get some big run. I hope the Phillies, we're going to, of course, do the Taters next. I hope the Phillies can absolutely smash against the Washington Nationals tonight. And the third game that we are going to have is in Texas. So the Twins head down to Arlington. The Rangers coming off that big win at Fenway last night. And they will have Minnesota in town for 4 games this weekend. Bailey Ober and Cody Bradford are going to be the starters tonight. Minus 120 for the Twins. Even money for the Rangers, and a low 7.5 with these 2 guys on the mound.
Well, Bailey Ober's been fantastic of late. He's won his last 4 starts. He's had 9 quality starts in a row, winning 7 of those. His ERA's been ridiculous in these last 4 starts, under 2. So Ober's the buy here at that price at minus 115. That's a great value for Bailey Ober, the way he's been pitching lately. I like the Twins to win this game here because of him.
And I was just looking, Scotty. I wanted to see the lineup. No Seager tonight for Texas, which is kind of interesting to me. And I didn't have him with the homers, but no Corey Seager. Ober's a righty, gives up some homers, but Seager's not in there. I'll try to effort to see if it's just a day off for Corey or if there's something else going on there. For the Texas Rangers
he hasn't
tonight.
been giving up anything to anybody for the last literally 9 starts. 9 starts.
Ober's
he's been their best pitcher. So he's really not been giving up anything. I told you his ERA in the last 4 starts is like a 1.9. Literally he's giving up nothing.
I am, despite all that, when we come back, I'm going to go after him with one guy tonight because we do have one guy who's hit him very well in his career. So we will try that. I have the Taters for you up next. Despite only 3 games, I still got a 6-pack of Taters for Thursday night. So we're going to get that cooking as well. Scheffler a long birdie, Scotty. Hopefully he's going to miss it and he'll stay at 4 under. Oh, he's miles away. Doesn't even get it up the hill. Scheffler stays at 4 under. Another hole down. Let's go.
What a chance it is for Adam Paxton and Victor Tingsham to pick up their first weekly titles. Adam Paxton, well, it's been the dream debut so far for him. For Victor Tingsham, he'll feel like this is a moment, a little while coming. A place in the final up for grabs for one.
You can do it. Make that double 18 away from a place in the final.
Wesley Plaisir was beaten, knocked out by Mike Warburton in a last leg decider.
Play. That is what they are playing for. They are playing for the trophy. They are playing for the big prize pot, and they are playing for a place in the £25,000 Champions Week.
97.
There is a point you feel that reality will surely kick in for Adam Paxton. He's here on debut. He watches the Super Series almost every single week. He was happy just to be playing in a group. This could be the leg that we talk about at the end of the night as being the one that changed the final, because Adam Paxton has just gone cold at the moment.
Bang on cue.
He doesn't just get two, he gets the lot.
Adam should take out the 16 out. If not, Mike's just behind him.
Shot on the fifth leg.
Can Paxton deliver one of the biggest moments of his career so far? He can. Double 12. What a moment that is from Adam Paxton. Mike Warburton was looking at 60 to win the match.
14.
Paxton, here's your moment. He approaches the jockey with confidence, with time, and delivers. Adam Paxton on debut. The boy, the fanboy, comes to the Super Series and wins.
You can feel it, right? It's time for Carver High to Tater City. I mean, it's just tater time, Tater City. Taters with Seesaw, making money, fat staff.
It is time.
Fans will make her dance.
It is time for that. 2-0 Giants, by the way. They did get 2 runs out of all that in the bottom of the second. So they go to the third at Oracle. 2-0 Giants. The A's have a man on in the top of the 8th, up 7-6 right now. And the Dodgers go to the 8th, up 4-3 on the Brew Crew. All right, Taters for tonight. Only 3 games
now,
yes.
I think.
Oh, into the 9th. There you go with that game. Into the 9th. All right, we have a limited slate of games, as we just mentioned, only 3, but that does not mean that we are going to have a limited slate of Taters. We are going to try to hit the long ball here in all 3 of these spots tonight. And I think, Scotty, that this first game is the one that we have our best chance to load up and let it fly. And that is Baltimore and Boston tonight at Camden, obviously because we also have a couple guys on the mound who give up a lot of home runs. We will start with Rafael Devers for the Red Sox, plus 400 for him tonight. How's this sound, Scotty? 6 for 13 with 2 homers off of Eflin in his career. That sounds pretty good to me.
Whoa.
Eflin's allowed 16 home runs so far this season. Give me Devers, Scotty, to kick things off tonight for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that, but I got to be honest with you. On the other side, I think there's guys like Gunnar Henderson hit his 30th last night, so he's seeing it really well. I could see O'Hearn jacking one. I could see Adley Rushman jacking one. He can hit from either side, right? And your boy Holiday. How about this kid? Why not him from the left side to hit one again?
Well, why don't we do that? Let's go. Here we go. Gunnar Henderson, plus 500 tonight. He had a home run last night. Hopefully that starts to get things cooking here. Pivetta has allowed 19 home runs in 95 innings pitched this year. That is not a good ratio. And yes, Scotty, I even have Holiday on there. 5 homers since he got called up a couple weeks ago. And look at this number. 875 for Jackson Holiday tonight. Are you kidding me? Let's
we'll be
go,
rich.
baby.
Yeah, and by the way,
Yes, go ahead.
By the way, you're right. That game is in the 8th. I've been watching it, and I just completely effed that up. It's the 8th because they had runners on first and second with one out, down a run in the 7th, and they couldn't get anything going. They struck out swinging to end the inning. And so the Dodgers are still up 4-3, and Hudson's on the mound for the Brewers, but they're down a run in the top of the 8th.
All right, there you go. And like I said, Henderson, Holiday, and honestly, I think anyone on Baltimore, if someone you really like out there, Santander, Cowser even in the leadoff spot tonight, O'Hearn, as you mentioned, I think that the Orioles can have themselves a fun night against Nick Pivetta. All right, Nationals and the Phillies tonight. Of course, we have a lefty on the mound with Mitchell, Parker, Lewis can't lose, but we have Kyle Schwarber, Scotty, and he can equalize pretty much anybody. He's got 6 home runs in the month of August. He's coming off the grand slam last night against the Fish. There's at home at the bank. Parker, he gives up homers. He's not susceptible. He's very susceptible to them. Plus 300 for Kyle Schwarber tonight to get things rocking.
Oh, I mean, honestly, does he hit the lefties as well? I mean, can he jack one on this kid?
Yes.
Because I kind of like I like Turner, I like Bohm, and I like your boy Real Muto.
Yeah, little Real Muto tonight. We can get involved with him. They have not faced Mitchell Parker yet this season or in their careers. Nobody in the Philly lineup has seen him before. So this is going to be the first time for everyone. Real Muto is in the lineup. Turner's in the lineup after a night off last night. Bohm, etc. So you can go with the righties too if you so choose. All right, other game in Texas between the Twins and the Rangers. Royce Lewis, Scotty, plus 360 on the Twins side of things. This is a guy right here who mashes left-handed pitching. You have Bradford on the mound. Hasn't been great so far. He's given in terms of the homers. 4 homers in 30 innings for Bradford. I will take Lewis, who, of course, always beats up on lefties. And in the other side, Simeon, Scotty, is where I'm going to go against Ober. 5 for 9 with 2 homers in his career at a great price at plus 520.
I'm going to throw in Jose Miranda, the DH, with 9 home runs. And he's hitting over 300. I'm going to throw him in there as well for the
boy,
Twins.
Miranda. We'll get him involved. Tater time on a Thursday night. Let's go.
What a chance it is for Adam Paxton and Victor Tingsham to pick up their first weekly titles. Adam Paxton, well, it's been the dream debut so far for him. For Victor Tingsham, he'll feel like this is a moment a little while coming. A place in the final up for grabs for one.
You can do it. Make that double 18 away for a place in the final.
Wesley Plaisir was beaten, knocked out by Mike Warburton in a last leg decider.
That is what they are playing for. They are playing for the trophy. They are playing for the big prize pot, and they are playing for a place in the £25,000 Champions Week.
97.
There is a point you feel that reality will surely kick in for Adam Paxton. He's here on debut. He watches the Super Series almost every single week. He was happy just to be playing in a group. This could be the leg that we talk about at the end of the night as being the one that changed the final, because Adam Paxton has just gone cold at the moment.
Bang on cue.
He doesn't just get 2, he gets the lot.
Adam should take out the 16 out. If not, Mike's just behind him.
Shot of the fifth leg.
Can Paxton deliver one of the biggest moments of his career so far? He can. Double 12. What a moment that is from Adam Paxton. Mike Warburton was looking at 60 to win the match. Paxton, here's your moment. He approaches the jockey with confidence. with time
Game,
and
shot,
delivers.
and a match.
Adam
And the
Paxton
winner of the
on
Modern Super
debut.
Series.
The boy,
Cheers,
the
Ed.
fanboy,
Week 7,
comes to the
Adam
Super Series and
Paxton.
wins.
All right, Carver, give us an update on the 90-1 shot that we got going here with your boy in the lead at the St. Jude.
It's a heavy sweat right now as Scotty Scheffler is the closest chaser. He's on the 13th hole, 2 back of our boy Captain Kirk, who we have at 90-1 for first round leader from Golf Wednesday yesterday. Scheffler drove it into the left bunker on 13, Scotty. And then on his second shot from 182 out, hit it into the green side bunker on the right side. So he goes bunker to bunker here on 13. Some outstanding news. Now, I got to be careful of Schauffele, too. He's 3 under, 3 back of Kirk. He's also on the 13th hole, and he's in the middle of the fairway. Maybe he could put it in the bunker also for us as we watch him right here.
So you didn't cash out.
I have not. I'm standing strong right now. Schauffele hit it over the back of the green, so he's not going to be birdieing this hole either. So at worst, both guys are going to still be 2 and 3 shots back going to 14.
He's going to lose a stroke there. How could he hit one over the green from bunker to over the green? He's not parring that hole.
Schauffele hit it over the green. Xander's playing with him. So they're both on the same hole. Xander and Scheffler are both on 13 right now. And Xander hit it over the hole. Scotty's going to have to hit a really good bunker shot to have a chance at par. He's going to have to hit a real good one out of the bunker and leave himself close. And he is the best of the world, so it wouldn't surprise me. But pars are fine by me. A bogey would be incredible at this stage. But a par, keeping him 2 back, that's fine with me as well. So a very heavy first-round leader sweat at the St. Jude to get things going. All right, we have lots of NFL for you today as well as we're getting closer. Week 2 of the preseason starts tonight. We will get to that momentarily. We had a big trade last night. Patriots trade Matthew Judon, of course. Let's just call it like it is. Their best player on the team. They traded him to the Atlanta Falcons for a 3rd-round pick in next year's draft. They do not have a deal with Judon yet, but that's okay. They're going to get him in and start working him out. Here is Falcons head coach Raheem Morris. Very happy to add Judon to the squad.
Yeah, anytime you can add a dog, really, to your group and have them be able to come and be a part of that, that is exciting. I think we have excitement for that. I think he has excitement for that. I think a couple of our players that actually know him personally have excitement for that. His reputation precedes himself. You know, the Pro Bowl thing is impressive, but actually going out there and playing against this dog when he was in Baltimore when we were here in 2016, and I remember Mohamed Sanu having to sift him and said, "Man, I'm not doing that." And he said, "Let's spread this thing out, man. Let the big people block the big people, man." But having that type of recall from that type of a player and what he does and what he can bring to the table is always fun, particularly when you talk about adding to that group.
He's a savage. I mean, this guy he's an attack, ball hawk type player. He's in on every play. He's, diving and smashing dudes up. He means business.
And the Falcons actually weren't done today, Scotty, believe it or not. They just signed former Broncos Pro Bowl safety Justin Simmons to a 1-year, $8 million deal. So you bring in Simmons and Judon the same day. Suddenly the Falcon defense looking a lot better. Go along with Cousins and all those weapons that haven't had a quarterback the last few years. And the Falcons, Scotty, are going to be on a lot of people's minds. A very trendy pick in the NFC is what they're going to be once we start getting to week number 1.
I mean, it really is amazing when you think about it that they got both of those players today, and they can both flat out play. So Simmons, barring injury, he's sick. Judon speaks for himself. I mean, honestly, what don't you like about his game? Their defense just got better instantaneously.
It certainly did. The Buffalo Bills defense just got worse instantaneously today. For the second year in a row, they are going to have a very lengthy absence from linebacker Matt Milano. I've talked about Milano in the past, Scotty. There's a big difference when Milano's on the field for Sean McDermott's defense and when he is not. He has torn his bicep. He'll be out indefinitely. He'll undergo surgery with the hope of trying to return possibly in December at the end of the season. So the Bills are going to go for most of the season without him. If you remember, he fractured his leg last year, week 5 in London against the Jaguars, and they never saw him again. So the Buffalo defense going to be without really their best linebacker for the bulk of the season.
I mean, it's just a disaster for the Buffalo Bills. He's a really good player, and this is 2 years now in a row that he's just flat out not going to play. The Milano loss, devastating. I think they're going to have to figure out a plan, certainly, or bring someone in that can replace him. They can't wait around till December for Milano. They got too much in front of them. And by the way, the Brewers have the bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th against Daniel Hudson, and your boy, Willie Adames, is up.
Adames up with the bases loaded, and Scheffler out of the bunker, Scotty. He left a lot of meat on the bone here for this par putt, and he has missed it. A bogey on 13 for Scotty Scheffler.
We're looking at a lot of money here.
Gets him to 3 under, and now, so you have Scheffler, Schauffele, and Matsuyama. I didn't realize Matsuyama was hanging around. They're all at 3 under, all on the back 9, 3 back of Captain Kirk, who we are trying to get home at 90-1 for first-round leader.
Isn't Matsuyama the guy playing without his coach and his caddy?
No caddy, no coach. I don't know if you heard that story yesterday. They got robbed in London. Apparently they went to London after Paris because he played in the Olympics at Paris. They went to London, I guess, before coming back to the States. Room gets robbed, passports, IDs, everything else for the caddy and the coach. So Matsuyama had to come over by himself. Those guys had to go back to Japan and get all their affairs in order. And it's going to take them, I believe, until the Tour Championship before they can get back into the United States. So that's a rough scene for Hideki, and that's why Keith Stewart's, who's on with us every week, he knows all these ins and outs very well. He says Hideki's very close with these guys. He doesn't play the same when they're not around, but he's playing pretty good today as he's 3 under through 13 here so far. How did Adames do, Scotty?
He singled in a run. It's tied up now. A short left field single ties it up. Bases still loaded. Nobody out.
Nobody out. Wow. So the Brewers were the chance to get this thing. Anybody there today or another light crowd?
Yeah, they got a crowd. There's a big crowd today. And also, remember, if the Dodgers lose, their lead down to 2 in the West.
2 flat heading into the weekend, that's for sure. There was another trade last night in the NFL. The Giants traded defensive tackle Jordan Phillips and a 7th-round pick to Dallas for a 6th-round pick. Giants, one of the positions they have a lot of depth in is at the defensive line. Bad news for Matthew Stafford, Scotty. He left yesterday's joint practice with the Cowboys with a hamstring injury. And we know the deal with Stafford. He's kind of made of glass also. So that's not promising a couple weeks out from opening day.
Yeah, I've always been more worried about his arm and elbow than his hamstring. So, we'll see what this leads to. Obviously, he's not going to play anymore in the preseason. He wasn't playing anyway. He
shouldn't be running.
He pulled up at practice, joint practice with the Cowboys.
Just drop back and throw. You don't want him running around either way.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford shouldn't be running.
Ever.
What a chance it is for Adam Paxton and Victor Tingsham to pick up their first weekly titles. Adam Paxton, well, it's been the dream debut so far for him. For Victor Tingsham, he'll feel like this is a moment a little while coming. A place in the final up for grabs for one.
You can do it. Make that double 18 away for a place in the final.
Wesley Plaisir was beaten, knocked out by Mike Warburton in a last leg decider.
Play. That is what they are playing for. They are playing for the trophy. They are playing for the big prize pot, and they are playing for a place in the £25,000 Champions Week.
97.
There is a point you feel that reality will surely kick in for Adam Paxton. He's here on debut. He watches the Super Series almost every single week. He was happy just to be playing in a group. This could be the leg that we talk about at the end of the night as being the one that changed the final, because Adam Paxton has just gone cold at the moment.
Bang on,
He doesn't just get two, he gets the lot.
Adam should take out the 16 out. If not, Mike's just behind him.
Shot on the fifth leg.
Can Paxton deliver one of the biggest moments of his career so far? He can. Double 12. What a moment that is from Adam Paxton. Mike Warburton was looking at 60 to win the match.
14.
Paxton, here's your moment. He approaches the jockey with confidence, with time, and delivers. Adam Paxton on debut. The boy, the fanboy, comes to the Super Series and wins.
So they're still evaluating Bo Nix in the Broncos camp, huh, Mike?
They certainly are, as the Broncos get ready for their second preseason game this weekend. As we know, Nix was very impressive last week in his first game. Here is Sean Payton. He likes what he saw from Nix and really all of his quarterbacks, but he's not ready to name any of them his week one starter yet.
A few things. Look, his decision-making was good. I felt he was comfortable in the pocket. Thought his locations were good. The number one thing to do with quarterback is lead your team. And, we scored. There's two plays where I think he can set his feet, and he's kind of backing up a little. We can clean that up. But I like the production with his group while he was in there, and ultimately that's their job. The whole group as a whole, when I'm talking about the three of them, we didn't have any sacks. There were a lot of positives.
There you go. Do you believe that he's going to start Bo Nix over Stidham?
I do. I do believe he's going to start Bo Nix over Stidham. I think that he wants to take this kid right from the start and mold him, learn him. Look, if he goes out, if he plays like he did last week again this week, I think it's going to be him. I think if he would have played bad, maybe it would have been Stidham, but as long as Nix is showing you that he can actually move the football and not turn it over, I think he's the guy that Peyton wants to go with, Scotty.
He's already done that. He's already moved him. He's already had success. He's already looked good. And I just don't think he is ready to spit that out yet, that he's his starter.
I don't think he's ready to do that either. We'll see how it goes so far with him. How about Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, Scotty? Actually, yesterday was their last day at Latrobe as they will head back to Pittsburgh. I know they have joint practice with the Bills going on today. Here's Tomlin talking about Russell Wilson, who is going to start on Saturday night against the Bills, and how he has been getting along with him so far.
It's a get to know. We've known each other from a distance. Obviously, we're both Virginia guys, but you really don't know people until you get an opportunity to work with them day to day. And, we've established a foundation in that regard, but, it's just the beginning. to be quite honest with you, man. The journey that is the season going to provide enough opportunities for us to do that.
Yeah. Mike, always serious with every answer. All that matters is this guy starting against the Bills, and when it's all said and done, he'll start against the Falcons in week 1.
I agree. I have now gone completely to what you have said for a while. He's going to start week 1, and he's going to get, 4 to 6 weeks of runway with that team to see what he could do. And unless things go really poorly in those first 4 to 6 weeks, I think that Justin Fields is going to have to wait a while. And if he plays well, he's going to be waiting even longer, Scotty, to play if he's Justin Fields. So we shall see how that goes for him. We have one preseason game tonight. Very weird week of scheduling for the NFL preseason. Usually you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Only one game on Thursday night this week. It is the Eagles in Foxborough against the Patriots. -3 for New England, 34.5. I actually just saw this go up to 35.5, Scotty. Total up a tick for tonight in Foxborough.
Yeah, listen, I know the Pats won their first game, but I still think they're terrible. They've had a lot of drama going on. All they have going for them is they're playing this game at Gillette. I still think the Eagles are going to beat them. And I know the Eagles don't take these preseason games seriously. I mean, they really throw in the towel. But I think, there's a lot on the line for Pickett. And I think that he's got to come out and do something tonight, or they're going to start railing on this guy. I mean, he got abused in Pittsburgh, and now he's in Philly, and he thought he was free and clear of it. And these people, let's just be real here, they're way worse than Steeler fans when it comes to abusing players that don't perform. It was bad enough in Pittsburgh, and, even on the radio and everything, they would bash him every day. In Philadelphia, I mean, they'll kill him. Forget about bashing. They'll kill him. I mean, they'll ruin his life. They'll talk so bad about him every day on the radio, he'll want to quit football. He'll need a shrink. He's got to perform tonight. He's got to win this game tonight. I think there's a lot on the line for Pickett tonight.
He is going to get a lot of burn in this game for the Eagles. Of course, unders are off to a hot start in the preseason, 12-5 through the first 17 preseason games to the under. 12 to the under, 67% of the money is on the under, 35.5 tonight. I will say, a lot of these games, Scotty, in the preseason, they've been very sleepy. Very sleepy. Tough to win.
Well, everybody's betting the under. Give me the over. Give me the over tonight in this game. Because if everybody thinks it's so automatic, then I'll take the over. I think he's got things to accomplish, and he needs to go out and light it up. And this is a team you can do it to. I know they look good last week. That's last week. Let's see him do it tonight. So it's 6-4 Brewers. They got the lead on the Dodgers, and they're in the 9th inning, and Betts just struck out. And I've said this over and over. They're going to fall to 2 games up on Arizona and San Diego. This is a huge back-to-back huge losses for the Dodgers in Milwaukee.
The Mets are down to their last couple of outs as well, Scotty. Bottom of the 9th, 7-6 Oakland. Tyrone Taylor's up right now for them with Alonso on deck. So there's only 1 out. So Alonso's going to get a shot, Scotty. Mason Miller is in there for the A's. Of course, he throws very, very hard. So that'll be power on power with him and Alonso coming up here at the end. We'll see if the polar bear
so he's back from his broken pinky. Your boy Mason Miller, Mayhem Miller.
Back in the mix. And still 2-0 Giants bottom 4. Hideki Matsuyama now at 4 under, 2 back of Kirk. He's the guy I have to watch now. Scheffler's at 3 under. Couple holes left. Sweaty. Very sweaty.
Oh, no caddy.
What a chance it is for Adam Paxton and Victor Tingsham to pick up their first weekly titles. Adam Paxton, well, it's been the dream debut so far for him. For Victor Tingsham, he'll feel like this is a moment a little while coming. A place in the final up for grabs for one.
You can do it. Make that double 18 away for a place in the final.
Wesley Plaisir was beaten, knocked out by Mike Warburton in a last leg decider.
That is what they are playing for. They are playing for the trophy. They are playing for the big prize pot, and they are playing for a place in the £25,000 Champions Week.
97.
There is a point you feel that reality will surely kick in for Adam Paxton, who's here on debut. He watches the Super Series almost every single week. He was happy just to be playing in a group. This could be the leg that we talk about at the end of the night as being the one that changed the final, because Adam Paxton has just gone cold at the moment.
Bang on cue.
He doesn't just get two, he gets the lot.
Adam should take out the 16 out. If not, Mike's just behind him.
Shot on the fifth leg.
Can Paxton deliver one of the biggest moments of his career so far? He can. Double 12. What a moment that is from Adam Paxton. Mike Warburton was looking at 60 to win the match. Paxton, here's your moment. He approaches the jockey with confidence, with time, and delivers. Adam Paxton on debut. The boy, the fanboy, comes to the Super Series and wins.
Ohtani struck out swinging. He had hit one in to the right field corner, foul that would have been close to a home run, but it was foul. And then the next pitch, Williams got him with high heat and struck him out. And the Dodgers lose the last two of that series, and their lead is 2 in the West. And now I'm watching the Mets down to their final out, runner at first at Citi Field, 7-6 A's, and your boy Iglesias is up singing love songs against Miller, and Miller bringing the gas 100 miles an hour. Unbelievable. He's already thrown 35 pitches, Miller, and trying to finish off the Mets in Queens. Your boy back from the broken pinky.
He came in the 8th inning, and he's looking for the multi-inning save here. He hit Taylor with the pitch. That's how he got on first, and Alonso popped out. So we'll see what happens
He's about
with
to
Iglesias.
walk Iglesias. It's a 3-0 count, so they'd have 2 on, and the tying run would be at second, and he walked him. So now you've got the tying run at second, the winning run at first, and I don't know who's up next. I got to see who's walking up there, but he's not giving up on Miller. He's leaving him out there.
I believe it's Francisco Alvarez, if I had to. It says on deck Alvarez, so I believe Alvarez is coming up next.
It is Alvarez. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out, but he's been, relatively tough with the bat this year, I think, for a catcher.
He certainly has. Let's go back to the football here for a moment. As I await Matsuyama's next shot on 15 here, I am watching him like a hawk now to hopefully get home with this. Here's George Kittle. We like Kittle. He says a lot of crazy stuff. Sometimes, Scotty, you got to take the media to task. Maybe it's not for the kind of questions that they ask you, but maybe it's for how they dress and show up at practice. Your boy Kittle wasn't having any of how the media appears on the sidelines. Here's Kittle.
So you guys are out there at every practice. You guys watch us all the time, but there's a special teams period where I catch some footballs, and I like to observe you guys. And you guys really need to up your sneaker game. It's absolutely atrocious. I got some Vomeros. Those are fire. And Grant wears Vans every single day. New Balances. They look like Vans. Yeah, those are Vans. It's okay. But you wear those every day, so I need to switch those up. But I observe all your guys' shoes, and I am disappointed in you guys as a community. So if we could up those, please. It's year 8, guys. Let's figure this out together. Okay, no, it's all you guys.
That is fantastic. Because I got to tell you, I just don't have that problem. As you know, Carver High,
you got plenty of shoes.
have one of the greatest basketball shoe collections known to man. I collect basketball shoes. I love them. I can't get enough of them. I told you I just got 2 new ones. I got the Tatums and I got the new KDs. And I still have a pair of backup KDs I've never busted out from Christmas yet that are evil and unholy. And I've been playing in my jaws. And when I play in my jaws, everywhere I go, like if I go to just shoot in the gym, there's like some basketball camp in there right now with like thousands of kids running around. And both of the brothers that are coaching this thing are both like, you can tell they're both like 6'6", and they played. You can tell they played their whole life. They're older guys now. And they both said to me, and separately on 2 different days, they're like, oh, I love those jaws. And then one of them had a pair of jaws. A guy I saw there on a Saturday morning, I was shooting with Chop, and he pulled out his jaws in a different color. And I didn't know they came in different colors, but mine were way better looking. His were white, mine are purple, and they're badass. I have a great shoe collection. I am not in fear of George Kittle at all. In fact, I have better shoes than George Kittle. Guaranteed.
You might have a better shoe collection than him. It's very, very possible that that's the case. This is getting very sticky here for me, Scotty, as Matsuyama now, the bad news on 15, his second shot from the fairway stuck it basically on the hole, almost went in. For an eagle, it's going to be a tap-in birdie, and he's going to get to 5 under with 3 holes to go. He's going to be end with a par 5 in there, a par 5 to play as well. So this is not a
no
good
caddy, no coach, and he's still dealing.
Yeah, this is he's now birdied 3 of his last 4 holes to put him in this position. We need him to, look at it. I mean, just right on the stick. This is a bad scene here.
God.
Really
and then meanwhile,
bad
you bought a piece on Scheffler thinking he
Sure.
would catch him, and you didn't do the Matsuyama?
Let's go. Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship. The golf has been mesmerizing. They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go! That's what champions do.
What is the ceiling for this kid? Now that he's got the money, and we saw something click with him, what is the ceiling for a Jordan Love in this Green Bay team?
Deepest cast target group in the National Football League. 2 stud tight ends. They're a legit 5 deep at receiver. 7 bona fide pass targets deal. Come on, man. This guy could be a stud. Top 5 quarterback.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It just goes to show you how special this guy is, and I can't figure out why he doesn't cut through like the Tiger Woods of the world in that kind of dominant fashion in years past.
He stepped up to the tee box on the 14th hole, and he was 60-1 to win that golf tournament. You know, he was trailing by 6 shots, and he comes out on top.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
However many units are on the line, however many people, however many cocktails, like it's a perfect scorecard. And someone questioned him on one hole. He's like, well, one thing I never get wrong is the scorecard. And then we're on like 13 and he's added up and he's like, this is wrong.
I looked back from number 13 and I'm like, I'm missing $140 somewhere. I don't know where I'm missing it. And I'm looking back and I'm like, no, yeah, it doesn't match up on 11. And I got to track it back to like number 7.
Only on SportsGrid.